How we doing, guys? Welcome to the preview and the predicted lineup. Bournemouth against Arsenal, another big game. And this game is even more bigger than it was maybe 24 hours ago because Man City have dropped points after drawing against Sunderland. So the lead at the top is now 4. And because we now play before Man City play Chelsea, we've got the opportunity of going 7 points clear. Now, Man City will have that chance to beat Chelsea and make it 4 again. But it's all about just putting the pressure on and seeing how they handle it. Now, over the last couple of weeks, Man City have been playing first. And they've been going above us in the table before we've gone into our games. Before we played Everton and before we played Brighton. And we were able to deal with that and say, cool, win the game, take top spot back. The moment we play first and we beat Aston Villa, we then say to Man City, off you go. Let's see what you can do now. And they go and draw against Sunderland. Sunderland have got a fantastic home record, but they're also missing 7 of their main first choice players. 6 of them are in the African Cup of Nations, and the other is Dan Ballard, who's injured. So that's a fantastic result for them. Unbelievably good result. For Man City, that's 2 points dropped. Big time. So we need to go and do our job. If you remember last season, we lost home and away to Bournemouth. When we played at Bournemouth, it was the game that William Saliba was sent off in. We've got to go and rectify that. And so far this season, what we have done in a lot of our games that we dropped points in last season, we've gone and rectified it. You know, we were about to go into a run of 6 games against sides that we dropped points in last season. Bournemouth is the 4th on that list. In the first 3, we've won them all. And we've rectified what we did wrong last season. Bournemouth are in a very bad run at the moment. They haven't won since they beat Nottingham Forest in October. That's 10 games. Drawn a lot in there. Draw last time out against Chelsea. But the other interesting subplot to this is their best player, Semenyo. Because when you're looking at the press conferences before the game, it's been made very clear that he is going to play in this game. Now, it's very obvious that he's going to Manchester City. A week or so ago, we may not have known where his actual final destination was because there was Man City, Manchester United, Chelsea came in for him, Liverpool were hovering, Spurs went in but were politely told to jog on. And the only real side, you know, in and amongst those names that weren't interested was ourselves. But I don't know how this one's going to play out because he has to make his signing to Man City before the 10th of January because that's when his release clause expires and then Bournemouth can command whatever they want for him. So it looks like Man City are trying to get it done early. And there was even talk that they're going to get it done in time for him to be available for their game on Sunday against Chelsea. But then the conspiracy theorists out there are now saying that Man City want him to play against Arsenal to try and do something to us to take points away from us, and then he can make his move. But I don't know if that's really true. And I don't know whether that would actually work. If it did, it would be like a stroke of genius. But I genuinely don't know how that would, you know, sit with the player himself. And what if he gets injured? What if something happens to him that keeps him out for a few months and it ends up stopping the deal from going through? This might be Semenyo's only opportunity to join Man City. Sometimes a player only gets one opportunity to join a club that's at the top end and challenging season after season. This might be his only opportunity. So what if he goes and ruins that by playing in this game and then getting injured. What then? And you've also got to think about his mindset. If he's playing in the game, is his mind already at Man City and he's not 100% at it because he doesn't want to injure himself or he doesn't want anything to happen that can just ruin that move? I'm not saying that he wouldn't be committed and work hard and all the rest of it because he looks like a very honest player. But the mindset just wouldn't be right for me. And I think of scenarios that are kind of similar and what, may be going through a player's head. And you look at the Eza situation when he was joining Arsenal. When we went in for him and it was, evident that he was going to be joining us and everything else, Crystal Palace had a Europa Conference League game on the Thursday night. And leading up to that, Glasner was sitting there and saying that Eza's going to play. He's still a Crystal Palace player. He's going to be involved. Then when it came to the actual game, he wasn't involved. And it was because he wasn't right for the game. His mindset wasn't, fully committed and it wasn't the right thing to do. And I get that because it's not fair on Crystal Palace if he went out there not giving 100% because he was just holding himself back and making sure that nothing ruins that move. And on the player side as well, listen, you can sit there all day long and say you're paid a lot of money, you've got to go out and perform and everything. It's not that easy. Another scenario is how many times have we watched a team who are in a cup final, for example, and in their games leading up to that cup final, you see players not really at the level they're used to because they've got that in mind and they don't want to do anything that ruins them from potentially playing in that game. Don't want to get injured. Don't want to do too much. So it's an interesting one. I don't know how that's going to play out. I really don't. And I've said this, at the end of the day, I would love Semenyo at Arsenal. I think he's an unbelievable player. But right now, he is not a priority for Arsenal. We don't need a left winger. Now, 4 or 5 months ago, before the season started, every Arsenal fan would have said, we need a left winger. But such is the form this season of Leandro Trossard and the impact that Martinelli's been making when coming off the bench means that it's not a priority. That's the reality. Now, I'm not trying to say that Trossard is better than Semenyo, but statistically, there's no difference really between them. Excluding cup competitions and just Premier League alone, Semenyo has 12 goal involvements this season. Leandro Trossard has 9. Trossard has played 3 games less or over 600 minutes less than Semenyo. So there's not a lot between them in terms of their output. So again, it's not about who the better player is. It's just the fact that at the moment, it's not a priority. We don't need a left winger. We've got a player performing every single week in that position. And it's an area we just don't need to strengthen right now. So, yeah, it's an interesting one. I'm looking forward to the game. Let's just go and get the 3 points and let's go and get the win. So, yeah, with that said, let's go and get into the starting lineup. In goal, David Raya, straightforward. Right back, Jurriën Timber, again, straightforward. We've got a nice break after this before we play Liverpool. And it's a good, what we got? A good 6 days or so. We don't play Liverpool till the Thursday night. So no issues, no problems. Jurriën Timber starts. Right centre-back will be William Saliba. Again, a very straightforward one, very simple. Left centre-back, Gabriel. Again, straightforward and very simple. Will get himself even more fitter and more match sharp as he goes along now. And it would be nice, again, if we had a nice, comfortable scoreline. So with 15, 20 minutes to go, we could have that luxury of bringing him off. That would be nice. On the left-hand side, I'm going to stick with Henkape. I don't think that's going to change, and I think we're going to keep that back five, shall we say, exactly as the same as what we had against Aston Villa. And it's that simple. No Calafiori at the moment. Ben White's just come back from another little injury. Miles Lewis-Skelly could potentially play, but I just don't think that we're going to change things. Sitting in front, I think it will be Martin Zubimendi. I can't see that changing. But listen, I think that over the last couple of games, when you look at the Villa one, the Crystal Palace one, Christian Norgard more involved. I think, again, it's one of those places and positions where you look at and you say, you know what, if the score is good with 20 minutes to go, then you can bring the likes of Norgard on, and you know the situation. So there we go. On the right-hand side, I'm going to make a change for this one. I'm going to bring Noni Madueke into the side, and I think it's an opportunity to give Saka a little rest. I don't think he's been that great over recent weeks. Maybe it's because Trossard's been so good that it's kind of outshining what Saka's doing. But I just feel that this is the kind of game where you have a Noni Madueke and you get that luxury of being able to rest the likes of Bukayo Saka. That's what I think anyway. So that's what I will go with. Next to him, we have Martin Odegaard. Last couple of games, he's looked really, really good. Starting to look more like himself before the injury last season on international duty. The assist against Aston Villa was brilliant. The goal against Brighton was brilliant. And long may it continue. That's what we need to see. Next to him, I'm going to go with Eberechi Eza. Bring Mikel Moreno out of the side. I'm going to go with Eza. Hasn't played a lot of minutes, and yeah, it's pretty much been since that Aston Villa game when he fell asleep and let Matty Cash, score that goal. But they're the little things that the likes of Eza and Madueke need to learn, that in this Arsenal team, you can't switch off for 1 second. Mikel Arteta will not allow it. And when you eradicate that from your game, you will be playing more minutes. But I would like to, for this game, see an Eza and Odegaard as the 2 10s. I don't think Declan Rice is going to be back. We've seen the situation with his knee. Swelling's still not really gone down. I think the Aston Villa game proved that, we can cope without him for the odd games. And this is another one. Get him ready and fresh and firing for Liverpool. It's that simple. He needed a break anyway, and this is that perfect opportunity for him to have had that break. So let it continue. On the left-hand side, I'm going to keep Trossard in the side because I think that his form is so good right now. He's scoring goals. He's assisting. He's on top of his game. And I just feel that he will start. It's as simple as that. And then up front as the main striker, I'm going to go with Gabriel Jesus. I think this is one where we can change it round as well. Came off the bench, 54 seconds, I think it was, something like that. He scored. Victor Gyökeres is going to have to really fight for his place in this side now. Kai Havertz back as well. I can't remember the last time that we had all our strikers fit and available. It's mad when you really think about it. So listen, competition for places, that's what we want. And going into the period that we're going into now, that's what we need. Big time. So for this game, I just feel that Gabriel Jesus could start the game. And yeah, that's what I'm going to go with. So there we go. That is my lineup. I think that's a very strong lineup. There's a few tweaks, few little changes here and there. And again, our bench would be absolutely ridiculous. Ridiculous. The best squad in the league by a mile. And the bench shows. And if it's all going wrong and we need a goal, we need to do something, the players are there to bring on. So yeah, I think that's a strong enough lineup to beat Bournemouth, go 7 points clear, and then hand the baton over to Man City and say, off you go. Let's see what you can do. We'll wait and see. Let's go and get the job done first. So, yeah, let me know in the comment section what you think. Do you agree or disagree? And, of course, if you're new around here, hit the subscribe button, smash a like on this video, and I will see you lot very soon. I'm out of here.